Hi there, good morning everyone. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their IBS, bloating, painful digestion, heartburn, etc. Any kind of related hormone issues or chronic fatigue, that kind of thing, which can quite often be traced back, at least in part, to something going on in your gut, not quite right. And I do this with state-of-the-art testing, so gut testing, hormone testing, any other tests that we need, and we can then bring things nicely back into balance for you. So low-carb diets. It's always a bit of a buzzword, low-carb diets, and should you eat carbs, shouldn't you, etc., etc. So I just wanted to do a quick rundown for you about the benefits, what you eat carbs for, how that might impact your gut health generally. Well, basically you need to eat carbs to provide your body with energy. That's where it gets its energy from, and there's a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which transports all this glucose around your body to provide you with energy. So carbs really are quite important. Or the argument being with the keto diet is that you can use fats for energy instead, and that can work out quite well, but I'll come on to more of that in just a minute. So there's different types of carbs anyway. As a huge kind of food group, you've got your simple sugars, which are things like juices, fruit juices, kind of sugar that you add onto your food, or any kind of processed food that's probably going to contain a lot of kind of simple sugar. So you want to avoid those really as far as you can. The next food is going to be your starches. So those are long chains of glucose, and those get broken down in your body, so the impact on your body is a lot slower, so it's a lot better for you, and those kind of carbs are going to be a lot more beneficial. So in that group you have things like sweet potatoes, whole grains, pastas, things like that. So that's kind of the main starch group that's going to benefit you, aside from fiber, which is another carbohydrate which doesn't get broken down, and that just goes through your gut. Super important for feeding those friendly bacteria and keeping those nice and robust and in good numbers. So you really need the fiber going through as well, although it's not directly broken down or anything, or it doesn't benefit your system in a bigger way as such. So there are loads and loads of studies around which have proved time and time again that it's those simple carbs, those sugars, that cause a lot of problems, obesity, diabetes, etc. They're also going to really negatively impact your gut microbiome. They tend to feed things like yeasts, which we don't want going on. They cause a lot of problems. The kind of less desirable bacteria, and they tend to, like parasites and things like that, will thrive on those very simple carbs, such as fizzy drinks and pastries, even fruit juices, because that carb is released very quickly into your system. So really the aim is to avoid that group as far as you can. So what should you eat then? I would definitely be eating plenty of things like sweet potatoes, whole grains, rice and so on, legumes, lentils, things like that, sourdough breads, that kind of thing. Those things are all very beneficial. How much you eat is going to be a very individual thing. So some people thrive on eating more carbohydrate than others. Some people thrive on that real hardcore ketogenic diet, paleo diet, where they eat hardly any carbohydrates at all. I would not be listening to any advice from people probably well-meaning saying only eat this or only eat that, only eat paleo or only eat meat, blah de blah, because that may suit some people, but it's not necessarily going to suit everybody at all. The only way to find out really is just do a bit of experimentation on yourself. So if you're suffering with, if you've got weight you can't get rid of, or you've been trying to lose weight and you can't, that it can be a lot of factors at play there. But by and large, you could experiment with reducing your carbohydrate intake down a little bit. If you're not suffering with your weight, if you feel really great, you've got lots of energy, and you've got no other health niggles, then you're probably eating the right level of carbs for you and the right type of carbs. So I wouldn't worry about it at all. But the other thing to mention is with your gut health, it's been proven that we do need to eat at least some carbs, healthy carbs, that is. So your whole grains, sweet potatoes, etc. Those are always going to be healthy for you. The proportion is going to be a very individual thing. So as I say, some people do better on a lot of carbs, some people do better on not that many, but the science definitely shows that it's beneficial for our gut health, feeding our bacteria, making sure they're producing butyrate and things like that, which we need in order for our gut to be healthy. So I would certainly be looking more towards a Mediterranean style of eating as far as gut health is concerned. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. If you would like to speak to me, then do use the link below in the comments to click through. You can book a free call with me book straight into my diary, and there's also some free recipes to download there as well. Okay, and do like and share if you found this useful, and I shall see you next time. Okay, bye bye.